There we go. Okay. Alrighty. That's all good. What's going on with the quality though? What, why are we streaming in 3060? What? Wait, that's not right. That's not right at all. What the frick? Why is it so low over on 16:9? Yeah, okay. Output bit rate. That should be higher, right? That should be like 3,000. Yeah. It's weird that it sometimes does that. All right, hold on. Let's refresh this. Yeah, it's weird that it's recording that. Alrighty. I guess we're just gonna roll with it though. There we go. YouTube is currently not receiving enough data. Why? That doesn't make sense. There we go. Okay. So it is going up in amount. All right. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being sent. What? Keyframe frequency? What? Hold on. Hold on. Output. Keyframe frequency. Four seconds. Okay. I'll switch that over. Maybe I have to drop this back down. I'm still relatively new in terms of how the algorithm thing works. So we'll just kind of play around with it a little bit and see if we can't fix some things. It looks as though things are working now. I'm seeing an error still, which shouldn't be showing. Like, at all. I don't know. How are we looking in terms of Twitch? Twitch.tv. Channel. Okay, that looks fine. All right. Let's go ahead and just open up Genshin, I guess, and see what happens from there. Let's go ahead and switch over. Hopefully you guys can hear this, because if not, that's going to be annoying. Yeah, okay. I will say it does sound a little bit loud, but we might be fine with that. All right. So let's go ahead and get the... Ooh, I like her weapon. That's a cool weapon. First thing we're going to do, though, check our mail. Get our Oh, what? Wait. Wait, we're only getting 600? Really? I thought it was 900. No, whatever.
Once, there was a glorious
Yeah,
kingdom
I'm familiar with
established
this. Go away. Okay. I don't know which Battle Pass weapon I'm gonna go for this time around, but we shall see. And I normally wait on the Battle Pass stuff because I don't want to have to build up the rewards in order to get them. So we shall probably wait on that. I want to do Chiori and Ito's trial runs just to get them out of the way. I see that Lynette has a hangout event. This is all new to me as well because I have not played or I did not see the special program. So oh my god.
I am the cutting edge of fashion.
Oh, she's cool. I'd be interested to know what they have for a oh my god.
Submit. Tacky. Delicate as silk.
I'd have to get used to her playstyle, but wow, she is good. Wait, other trial state. You can do that from inside the thing now? That's awesome. That's a feature I've been asking for like a while now, and they just brought it in. That's awesome. Okay. I'm sorry. Did they fix Ito? No, Ito's still pretty bad. Kinda. Wouldn't say they completely fixed him, but
Can't catch me. Let's roll. It's showtime.
They kinda did.
Attaboy.
I'm not a fan of Ito anyway, because he hits pretty
Can't
slow.
catch me. Who wants some of this?
I am looking forward to
Let's roll.
when Kazuha comes back around, though,
Don't waste my time.
which is phase 2 of this banner. I'm gonna try to pull for his weapon. I don't know if I'm gonna be guaranteed it. And then, of course, you have the regular characters. I'm not really a big fan of Dory. I don't know. Some people are. I don't see a use for her. Like, at all. I gotta move my keyboard a little bit. My wrist was starting to cramp up. Alright. Yeah, she attacks so freaking slow.
Closer.
I guess the only good thing about her is that she's a healer, because other than that, she's like really not good.
You're toast.
Like freaking Shungling, no problem.
Surrender and be gentle. Get Let's sweeten the deal.
He's really slow. I completely understand why she's a 4-star character. Completely understand it. Because she really does not do a lot. Goru as well. I don't really use Goru very often, just only when I use him in combination with... Oh, God, I can't think of the character. I think it's Raiden, actually. To sort of buff her abilities. But other than that...
Give up.
Yeah.
Submit.
I'd be interested to see what set they have on Chiori. Just because of the fact that
Press the advantage! Charge!
Your life is mine.
Chiori has a very interesting build. Her kit allows, when she uses her E, to switch out to other characters. So I'd be very interested to see if she relies on EM or energy recharge.
Advance! Everyone on me!
Yeah. Let's switch back over to Chiori for a second. I just want to see how they built her. I don't think they probably build her very well, but we'll see. Okay, Uraku Misugiri. That's a really cool looking weapon as well. Golden Troop. Huh. So, what's her... 71 over 172, 135, 105, 888, C0. Golden Troop, though. Huh. I would never guess that, honestly. Yeah, let's switch over to Yunjin. Get that out of the way. And then we'll probably end up doing Chiori's story quest. Get that out of the way.
Steady as
so that I don't have to worry about it later.
Observe. Odds, reveal thyself. Strike is one.
That's the only cool ability that Yunjin has.
Observe.
Other than that, her abilities aren't the greatest.
Time to clean up.
One thing that I realized about playing Genshin a while ago, which was you have to use characters in combination, because if you don't, most characters on their own can't rely on their own strength. So
Press the advantage!
it definitely helps.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day. Strike is one. Observe.
Charge! No rest for the wicked.
How they got Fischl built? I'm gonna guess stringless, yep. 3-piece Thundering Fury, 2-piece Glad. That's not terrible. I wouldn't say it's the best build for her, though.
I summon thee! Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Come on! Advance! Everyone on me!
Yeah, so if you use
Your grand finale!
Goru and,
Time to clean up! Steady as stone.
As you wish, main Fräulein. Pull in! Rally!
yeah, so if you use Fischl and Goru in combination, they work pretty well as a team.
Break a leg! Observe!
I wouldn't say
connection.
Yunjin really does much to help, but
Advance!
yeah. Okay. Alright. That's done. Let's go ahead and start Chiori's story quest. Because I'm curious to see what it's going to be about. Oh, yeah. Shoot. It's 5 o'clock. Oh, that means that reset on me. That's annoying. That's annoying. Okay, so that's out of the way now. I kind of want to, but at the same time, I also don't. Oh, Chronicled Wish. That's right. Wait, so chart a course towards one of the following characters or weapons. Oh. Who do I want to go with? I don't really want Klee, because I know she's coming up soon anyway. I would love to pull Wolf's Gravestone. I have Jean. I have D-Luke. I have Mona. It may be worth it to get Eula, because I don't know when she's going to get another rerun. And I can also build a character from one side. The only thing I will say is I don't know, because Albedo is... I can't get Cinnabar Spindle. I know that to be true. Oh, this is really a tough decision. I don't know who I want to get. I have Mona. I don't have Albedo. I don't have Klee, and I don't have Eula. Beacon of the Reed Sea. I don't know. The hardest part of choosing which one you want to go with is, one thing I am noticing, Skyward Spine is the only pole arm. I don't know. I honestly don't. I might go with... Okay, let's put it this way. In terms of their stats, which is better? Shut up, Discord. Why is Discord going off? What the heck was going on there? Wait, hold on. Reopen lost close tab. What is that? I don't honestly know. I guess the best thing to probably do would be compare in terms of stats. Oh, but it's not going to show me the stats because I don't have the character. Which one would be better for me, though, is the question. Eula. Why do you say Eula? Because I have Mona, I have Jean, I have Diluc. I don't have Albedo or Klee. I don't have... Let's see... Hunter's Path, Skyward Atlas, Skyward Harp, Skyward Pride, Aquilia Favona, Wolf's Gravestone, Skyward Blade, or Song of Broken Pines. It's annoying that they don't do where you can choose a character and then you also have the ability to, if you pull the character, choose a weapon as well. I find that super annoying. I don't really have a use for a Geo character. So I'm probably not... And Klee is like really slow in terms of attack. I'm probably going to go Eula because my main team is a permafreeze team. So... And I do absolutely love using certain claymores.
Embraces its duty.
think
as a jeweler chair.
I'm gonna go Eula. But I'm also eyeing Wolf's Gravestone for Razor. We're gonna go, yeah. If you're aiming for physical DPS, go for Eula. Yeah, because my my Razor build is physical DPS. Klee will rerun in the summer event. Yes, I do know that to be true. I was thinking about pulling Chiori, but I also want to try go for Freedom Sworn, Kazuha's sword, so I might try and save for that as well. I think I'm going to go Eula. Yeah. Yep. But you might get WGS in the future. What is WGS? Or, not... Yeah. What... Yeah. WGS. What is that? Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't had the greatest luck in terms of the weapon banner. I've wanted to pull certain weapons. I've pulled the exact opposite weapon. Like, when Kokomi was out, instead of pulling Everlasting Moonglow like I wanted to, I pulled Tule Tula's Remembrance. So, that kind of sucked. Oh, yeah. I think one of the characters I would love to pull off standard would probably be Tainari, just because of how if you build him correctly, he can be a very powerful resource. Wait, does this use... Oh, it does. Damn. Yeah, I don't have enough for that. So... Oh, shoot. So now that they have Chronicled Wish, that means that if somebody doesn't have enough to pull like on one, you have to sort of choose between the two. Do you want to pull on the character event or do you want to pull on Chronicled Wish? I did not realize that it would be using Intertwined Fate. Shoot. Nice. That's a really good bow on Tainari, and I think another character, I can't think of their name though. I would love to pull Chiori's weapon though. That is really cool. That kind of gives kind of reminds me of Ishin from Kazuha's story quest, because that blade is like really cool. I think
I'm learning more about you all the time.
I'm gonna go ahead and get some. Oh yeah, I still have Navi and Xeon to do. Oops. I also have Linnets. Let's go ahead and unlock that now. Get that out of the way. Go to the area near Hotel de Board. That's in Fontaine City. I just realized something. I don't have any G Fuel. I forgot to mix up some. The next Chronicle Wish might be a Leeway character theme. I hope so. I really want to pull, if she's on it, I really want to pull Hu Tao. I know Hu Tao takes from her own health, but she really, or she doesn't take from her own health. No, Hu Tao does the whole, when her health's at a certain percentage, she's a lot stronger. I don't mind it. I definitely prefer some of the Leeway characters over Fontaine characters, because anytime I'm playing with FZ, I cannot stand it when he uses Farina, because he steals from my character's health, which is so annoying.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Alright, enough with the sword. I want to try and get my sword on Ayaka up to rank, refinement rank 3. But I'm not exactly sure if I want to pull for that or I want to fix Xiao's weapon. Because I got Battle of George on him right now. Can I do this yet? Or no. It is today. Okay. Yep. The only thing I will say, it seems as though they're going for characters that aren't like super common, ones that only get like Albedo and Eula. They haven't had reruns in like a while. If you don't know, all 4 stars will be Mondstadt characters and weapons also. Means you can get cons for Lisa, Amber, and Kaya. Oh. That is good information to know. I didn't realize that. So that means when the next one comes out, it will be cons for Chungyun. Why is that? Chungyun, Yao Yao, Ningguang. I can have a C4 Ningguang just by pulling on the Chronicled Wish. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to love that. Because I've been trying to do the nuke build kit on Ningguang for like roughly a year or so. But I just haven't been able to get lucky with the constellation pulls. Climb up this way. Yeah, that actually... Yeah, because Amber, I believe, is one of the hardest characters to pull constellations for. Like, I only have one for her. I have none for Lisa. And I have one for Kaya. And I also have one for Rosaria. Oh, so that means that Rosaria, Kaya, Lisa, Amber... Mika, because he is a 4-star. Noelle. Barbara. No, wait. Wait. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Barbara's a 4-star. And I'm trying to think of other 4-star characters from Mondstadt. Diona. She will be a consolation, be able to pull for. Bennett as well. Don't know if any other characters. Sucrose. I think that's it. Bennett and Fischl. Yeah. I really want to get my Fischl in terms of like what she's at. I really want to get her up in level. Because I currently have C3 Fischl, and she works really good for my taser team with my Ayato builds. Because I use Fischl, or Ayato, I can't remember the Animo enabler that I use, but Fischl and Kokomi. And they work really well together. Every once in a while, I gotta switch Ayato's weapon back over, because I also use it for my Ayaka build as well. I normally switch between Permafreeze and Taser build. Permafreeze is normally for when I'm doing Spiral Abyss, because it just works so well. And then my other team that I go for is Raiden, Yolan, Toma, and Bennett for phase 2 of Spiral Abyss. I'm very close to floor 12ing the Spiral Abyss. I've just recently got all the way up to floor 12 chamber 2. Second half, which for anyone who wants to do the Spiral Abyss, now's a great time to do it, because the final boss is just the Aeon Blight Drake, and it's like the easiest Spiral Abyss right now. I haven't gotten through it because, you know, pesky fucking Siketh Waynut, that thing sucks, keeps killing Yolan, but
Meow.
aww.
Oh, it's you. 1 second. Now activating chat mode. You made me jump there. I thought they'd finally caught me.
What?
Objectively speaking, the trouble was entirely of my own making.
Oh.
Half an hour ago, I was at Hotel de Boer for a drinks reception. It was to celebrate the successful opening of a show, but it was draining my energy. So, I waited for the right moment, then snuck away so I could switch to standby mode. Probably because I'm playing the lead role in the show? Is that so surprising?
Oh,
I'm always
that's
getting invitations to do
cool.
solo performances. I just usually get Linny to write back and turn them down. But then came the Fontanalia Film Festival.
I've been meaning to get my Yolan up in level, but just the Ruined Serpent sucks. I hate it so much. And it would take so many attempts to try to get those freaking what are they called? Runic Fangs, I think. I have to redo it over and over again because most of the time they're in the ground. Yep.
We took all the kids from the House of the Hearth out to see a film, and after it finished, they all started clamoring for me to try out acting for some reason. Even Linny was chanting along with them.
Huh.
Anyway, it just so happened that a director called Mary who had sent me an invitation right around then. I'll spare you the details, but basically, I ended up accepting it.
Am I the only one that's noticed in the past 2 updates that it sounds like they upgraded the audio quality for the characters' voice lines? Because one thing that I noticed when I heard Shungling and who was the other character? I can't think of who the other character is. Hu Tao. When I heard them speak in the last update, it sounded as though the audio was a lot better.
Yep, you nailed it. I'm playing the role of a puppet.
Yep, makes sense. That absolutely makes sense.
In fact, the show's called The Lost Puppet, and it's a masked mime show. So I don't have to do any facial expressions or say any lines. Literally just a series of physical movements. The director says it's a very avant-garde art form.
Why does she sound different? It could just be me, but the characters sound different.
Art is not comprehended by the mind, but felt in the heart. At least, that's what the director says. Anyway, if nothing else, the opening performance seemed to go down well. At the drinks reception, everyone was crowding around me, saying, "Triumphant character portrayal, faithful adaptation of the original work, unequivocally, quintessentially avant-garde." And
did they
stuff like
get
that.
new voice actors for certain characters and I'm just unaware of it? Because it very much does not sound like...
But being the center of attention is draining. So the moment they left me to go harass the director instead,
It
I
really
was
does
out of
sound
there.
like it. I don't know why, though.
The other thing is, some weird things happened while I was on the stage.
Aww.
Oh, sorry, Bonnie. I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. My bad. No, we just met.
I don't know.
We bumped into each other right after I slipped away. Well, it'd be kind of difficult for us to communicate otherwise. Besides, I think she's taken a liking to the name. Haven't you, Bonnie? Yeah, that's right. Good kitty. We'll go find your owner soon, I promise.
But if I remember correctly, when we were doing like all the stuff of saving Fontaine, she wasn't very talkative. Lenny was more the one who was very talkative.
Nope. She's wearing a collar, and for the most part, she's pretty well groomed. If she is a stray, she hasn't been for long. Her stomach's been growling a lot. I guess she must have been missing for a few days now. As much as I'd love to hang out with her for a while longer, her owner's probably worried sick about her. Assuming she has an owner, that is. But the reception... I should probably show my face there again at some point, even if it's just to make excuses and leave again. Decision time.
Okay, that sounds like Lynette.
Well, I just find it exhausting, thinking through all the different ramifications of different choices and so on. That's more Lenny's area than mine. So, unless it's something really important, I usually just leave the decision-making to him.
But more I think about it in terms of when we first heard her voice, God, that was like... What was that? It was like the beginning of last year, right? I think, if I remember correctly. We're on 4.5 right now. End of last year, like middle or so. I think it was like the middle of last year. So it's been a bit since we've heard the the characters like really talk a lot. Yeah, she does not have that many voice lines because she is in Power Stable. That's not really an excuse, but yeah, I completely get that.
It's fine. He got Fremine to make me a little something for just this situation.
Is that a new emote that the characters can do, is a thumbs up? Because I don't remember seeing that before. And Lenny did say she is not really talkative to people she is not close with. That's true. That is very true. I remember when we first met her, she wasn't very talkative at all. Lenny was more the one who was energetic and sort of leading the conversation.
Poof! A phaetometer.
That is a really cool looking hat.
It looks pretty over the top, I know, but it's essentially just a box of cards. He kept the design simple, so it'd be harder to break. The way it works is, I pick a card at random, then look at the number on the card. Well, for example, if the number on the card is 5 or higher, I help Bonnie find her owner. If it's less than 5, I go back to the reception. I just have to believe in the bond between me and my cards, and my fate will reveal itself to me in numerical form. At least, that's what Lenny said. Anyway, I guess I'll give you a demonstration.
We've seen Lenny's cards because he uses them quite frequently as idle animation. I'd love to see what Lynette's cards look like, because she is a magician. So it'd be interesting if they gave her idle animation with her own side cards as well. Oh, come on. We don't even get to see it.
I didn't like that. Was I using it wrong? Maybe if I just... Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. I'll have to let Fremine know.
Fremine is the shyest character out of all three of them, though.
Let's see. Which card did I get? 4. Well, the cards fell on the ground, though, so I don't think it counts as
Oh
fate.
my god. That's like when you're rolling a D20 or something, it falls on the ground and the DM's like, no, re-roll that, it doesn't count.
If you want to get the right answer, you have to let fate decide. Also something Lenny said.
Yeah, Lenny says a lot of things.
So, to put it another way, if picking a card up off the ground is how to not leave it to fate, then that means it must be the wrong answer. Or... why don't you pick a card? Since I ran into
She really
here,
is like, I do not want to go back to that reception.
Our fates are, like, interfering with each other. Thank you. This one is final, I promise.
Is it, though? Is it really?
Here, take the phaetometer. If it's 5 or above, that means fate successfully changed. Anything lower than 5 is a fail. Also, if you have your own thoughts about what I should do, feel free to share it. Now that I've got a good problem solver here to help, I don't need to run every little thing by fate.
I think you should head back to the drinks reception. I think you should help Bonnie. How about you do neither? Fate-otometer, I'm not sure. Let's leave this one to fate. Just because we're already in it, I want to see what happens when I click this.
Then let's see where fate will lead me.
Whoa, I didn't realize there was a game involved in here. The random checks triggered by the phaetometer often serve as indicators for Destiny's course or the success of failure of an action. Press to draw a card and get a random number. Press 1 to 20. If the number displayed is greater than or equal to the check difficulty, you will pass this check. Otherwise, you will fail it. Okay. Adequate preparation and friendly aid can sometimes affect the result of these checks. Your current check bonuses will added... I think there's supposed to be a B there. Will be added to your randomly drawn number, making it easier to pass checks. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, chat. 1 through 12. Which card are we picking? Because I am a very indecisive person, and I can't choose that well. I would say middle would be the best option, but I don't know. I might go... Let's go right down the middle. 6. Okay.
So we're looking for Bonnie's owner? There's 20 cards in total, numbered 1 to 20. So there's only a 1 in 5 chance of drawing less than a 5. I should also mention, this time the cutoff was 5, but I just set that to wherever I feel like.
You clever cat. Yeah, it was 6.
To put in perspective, I said I'd only do the show if I drew a 1. Fate can be pretty sneaky sometimes.
She is a clever cat.
I think I'll go to the Steambird and see about putting an ad in the paper. You want to come along? I think Bonnie wants you to come with.
I find it funny that the cat's name is Bonnie. I hear that and all I can think of is Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's. Alright, that part is done. Oh, we got the Fatetometer. That's actually really cool. Commissions. Oh. Hey, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so incomplete story quest, story. The in battle thing is already done. That's not gonna update. Commissions guide won't update until we get another God, I've been playing Star Rail way too many times. Not Trailblaze mission. What's it called? I can't think of what it's called. The Archon quest.
A blade is like a tea leaf.
All right, let's
Only
go
those who sample
ahead
it many times
and head
can
to the
appreciate
Steambird.
its true qualities.
Get this out of the way. I want to try to get Lynette's Hangout event out of the way and done so that I don't have to worry about it later. That's going to probably help me in the long run. And then I can worry about Navia, Chiori, and Farina's... Wait. No. Wait. Who... Xianyun's, Chiori, and Navia's story quests.
Every stupendous day starts with a Steambird. Oh, hi Lynette. Hi Traveler. What can I help you with? I don't think so. Have you picked up a stray?
We have indeed.
Yep. If there's no commission to follow up on, could we post a notice about the missing cat instead?
Why, of course. What a kind thing to do. Just fill out the form.
There we go.
Well, we've registered you as missing. You can stay at my place until your owner finds you. Also, I just wanted to say thanks for keeping us company for so long. Well, I should probably head back to the drinks reception. Hopefully most of the people have left by now. If you've got some time, you should stop by my place tomorrow to see Bonnie. There's a nice cup of tea in it for you. Alright, see you then.
Okay, so that's done. I'm curious how long this hangout event is. Because there's certain times where they're like super long. Ending hints. Okay. Oh, okay. So 20, 40, 60. Yeah, so the normal amount that we get. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and... I don't know, I guess put the clock at 7. There we go. Get that out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and take a real quick intermission. And we're gonna continue in a second because I made a horrible mistake and did not mix up any G Fuel before starting stream. I'm really thirsty right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go mix some up, and we'll be right back. I hope that no, wrong one. Why are we not working? What the frick? All right, I am back. I just had to mix up some G Fuel real quick. My stupid earbud would stay in my ear. That'd be great. All right, there we go. Switch over to, oh, whoa. I just came across a new feature. Hold on a second. Training guide. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Enhance. Bang. Formidable. Okay. What do they recommend here? Character level and character talents. Yeah. That's kind of what I've been trying to work on with her. Okay, so yeah, I didn't realize that was available. That's actually really nice that they have that. That's awesome. Okay. All right, let's go meet up with Lynette. I can't remember where she's located. All I know is that she's somewhere nearby. If I remember correctly, I think she's down this way. No, wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember. House of the Hearth, right here. Oh. What's going on here?
I believe this cat belongs to me.
I already told you, this isn't your cat.
Just take a breather, you two. Oh, you're here. As you can probably see, you'll have to take a rain check on that tea I promised you.
Oh man.
At least for now.
I wanted the tea.
This is my friend's cat. He's preoccupied with some important business, so I came to retrieve her in his stead.
Passive checks are a special type of checks that need not be actively triggered, but instead will automatically trigger at specific times. If you pass, you will find some hidden information, such as irregularities in a person's attitude or certain incongruous details.
No. It's far more likely this cat escaped from the Humane Society. Bonnie?
That's the name I've given her in the meantime.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. All right, chat. 1 through 12 again. Which card we picking? I do find it interesting that there's a bit of a delay in chat. I'm not sure why that is. But let me do that. Yeah, I don't know why there's a delay in the chat. It should be automatic. Let's see maybe if there's something I can fix here. Because for some weird reason, there's a delay in terms of how fast the chat is going, which I don't know why. Customization, live chat replay. Message delay is not on. So, not sure why. Participants. Any duration. I don't have a big reason for that. Alright. What card we going with? I love how it tells me that, even though... Is there any indication which one's the better card to pick? Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there. 20. Whoa, okay.
Well, this complicates things.
I told you before. This is my friend's cat. It's normal for her not to trust me.
Listen, I'm the director of the Humane Society, okay? We've got so many strays,
Yeah,
dogs, cats.
Sure you
name
do.
it. I'm not even the one feeding them most of the time. You can hardly expect the cat to recognize me.
How are you sure she belongs to you then?
She just looked somewhat familiar, so I came to check, just in case. If she turns out to be one of ours, I'll take her back. Simple as that. Even if that's not the case, the Humane Society could still take her in, if no one else comes to claim her, that is. We're an organization that specializes in rescuing and sheltering stray animals.
Sure
We've
you
been
are.
in business for several decades now. I'm Bernard, the current director.
The Humane Society. Huh. The name sounds familiar. I remember hearing good things. You're the one in the Quartier Lyonnais?
Yes, that's the one.
Cartier
Anyway,
Lyonnais.
if
Why
it's not
is
too
that
much
name
trouble, could I
so
possibly
off
take a
from what
closer
it
look at the
says?
cat? If it turns out I really am mistaken, I suppose that means the cat belongs to this lady here. She would be the only remaining option after all.
It belongs to my friend.
Go on, Bonnie.
Oh, nope. Looks like I was mistaken. They do look similar, but there's an ever so slight difference in this one's fur color.
So he
Deepest
knows what he's
apologies,
talking
friends.
about. She has yet to be proven whether or not she is trying to bring the cat back to owner.
Well, I suppose this means I still have a missing cat to search for. Apologies again for the confusion.
Yeah, you're not very good at your job if you're missing animals.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Wait a second. You lied earlier, didn't you?
Haha, Lynette is just like, I don't trust you.
Lied? I'm afraid I don't know what you mean.
A liar always has a tell. The look in their eyes, their breathing pattern, the way they hold themselves. The things that can give you away are often more numerous than you would think.
What are you talking about? The way I see it, you're conflating baseless conjecture with fact.
Normally, when someone is called out, their breathing speeds up as they begin to panic.
Yep.
But your breathing pattern hasn't changed one bit. In fact, it's been strangely calm and measured this entire time. It stands to reason, then, that your agitated behavior earlier was all an act.
Haha. And that is so smart.
If you're a bad guy, I'm sure you'll take off running the first chance you get. If you're a good guy, the most likely explanation is that you're a member of the Guards, or some similar organization.
And you're basing this off of?
Intuition. Nothing more.
Intuition. Well, I have to hand it to you, Lynette. You're right. I'm a member of the Guards. The name's Elodie. I'm currently investigating a cross-border smuggling case. This cat here, Bonnie, was her name? Well, her owner is one of the prime suspects of our investigation.
Damn, that just went from not really mattering too much to just completely 360. Holy shit. That's crazy. Okay.
A couple of days ago, our suspect got wind that we were on his tail and fled. That's most likely how he got separated from the cat.
Makes sense.
I just so happened to stumble upon your notice in the Steambird. So, I decided to see if he'd come back for her. But, it looks like I overestimated him. The impact of this case has been huge. The Marechaussee Phantom, the guards, and the Special Patrol have all launched investigations. If there was even the slightest chance that he would show himself, I had to follow up on the lead.
It's a good point.
A new kind of illegal drug. Imitation synth.
Imitation synth.
We confiscated all the synth on the market, but addiction isn't something that goes away overnight. Even without substances on the market, people are still looking for a way to get their next fix. And criminals are all too eager to capitalize on that addiction. That was the impetus for imitation synth. Needless to say, a small-scale market opened up very quickly. After the original synth debacle, we put several measures into place to prevent similar incidents from occurring.
So people are
The
making
perpetrators
their
got
own
smart,
synth
though,
now.
and shifted their sales overseas before those measures could kick in. That's when the imitation synth smuggling began.
That's crazy. The fact that they're using imitation synth now to get that sort of high of, because of the fact that regular synth is now not available. That's interesting.
We only recently got word of the presence of imitation synth overseas. We managed to track down evidence of some early transactions. What we were able to find out, however, hasn't proven that useful given the amount of time that has passed.
Overseas meaning maybe Snezhnaya? Probably not a character. Actually, maybe. I think I'm going to skip Chiori and pull Unchronicled Wish to maybe get Eula. And then once Kazuha comes out, try to pull for Freedom Sworn. Because right now I have I can't think of what it's called. That weird sword from Akitsu Kimodamashi. I only have it rank 1 just because I completely messed up and didn't get the refinement material for it. But it's a pretty good weapon on him.
The Marechaussee Phantom launched an investigation to track down every person in Fontaine capable of producing a drug like that. That's how we learned about Bonnie's owner.
I hope, considering they've done the Chronicled Wish, if they bring maybe like things similar to it where like limited event weapons come back, because I would love to get Cinnabar Spindle or Oathsworn Eye, the Luxurious Sea Lord, any of those weapons. That would be so nice if they did that.
He's a researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute.
Of course he is.
His name is Pierre.
Of course he is.
Pierre Lafayette, to be exact.
Yeah. And we know from experience that the Fontaine Research Institute people are crazy.
Lefebvre.
She knows that name. She knows that name, and she's not happy
The
about it.
Marechaussee Phantom found him in Poisson. In addition to the cat, he also had a pendant with him.
Why? Oh, ho, ho, ho. That's a cool looking pendant, but why did he have that on him? Oh, she is. Oh. Wait, it's... I almost don't want to ask, but is that because of the fact that people are finding out she's not great? She's kind of like when Dia got released, that she's not as good as people thought she was going to be. Same with Tainari. They put him on the banner, although people have built him like really well. But Dia, God, she was such a letdown. When I first saw her get announced, I was like, I'm really excited to see this character in action. And when she got her banner release, she became one of the most hated characters. Because she was not good. People hated the fact that if she jumped, it canceled her ultimate. Yeah. But is that why they're throwing Chiori on the standard? Because she's just not as good as some of the other characters that are on the character event wish?
At first,
Because that wouldn't
there wasn't
surprise
much
me at
cause
all.
for suspicion.
I thought Dio was really
A search of his
strong,
house didn't
maybe
reveal
a
much to
S
go off
tier
of
like
either.
Farina. I don't
The
know.
Marechaussee Phantom very
don't-
nearly left it at that.
I don't really like Farina just because of the fact that whenever somebody's using her and I'm playing with them, they're stealing from my character's health. And Ayaka is one of my strongest characters, and I kind of need her at full health whenever I'm using her because she really does a lot of decent damage. I got Black Sword on her. Almost perfect artifacts. The only artifact that I was not able to pull was Cryo DMG. But in terms of my build on Ayaka, it's really good. She doesn't do 200 crit damage, but I think the split that I have is actually pretty decent.
It was only later that we realized the coat of arms on his pendant belonged to none other than the Lefebvre family, one of the most infamous aristocratic families in Fontaine. Obviously, this discovery prompted a further investigation into Pierre. At that point, however, we discovered that he'd already fled. Now the guards and the Special Patrol are all searching for him.
That's not possible, actually. The Lefebvre family has been gone for a long time.
How do you know this, Lynette?
Exactly. Many years ago, several important members of the family, including the Patriarch, were murdered by an assassin of unknown origin. From that point on, family's power and influence took quite the hit.
Yeah, I can't agree with that.
The family is engaged in all manner of crimes. As you can imagine, there's no shortage of people waiting in the wings to take their revenge. And with the family severely weakened,
Oh, you know what that
they were able to
probably
do just
means?
most of the remaining family members succumbed to sickness or hunger.
They're gonna probably
The ones that
stick
survived are currently living out their days under a
when
new identity.
Inazuma update comes around for Chronicle Wish. They're probably gonna stick some characters that like nobody wants on there. I don't think Miko will be on there. Yeah, that's what terrifies me about her character. She's very silent, but she knows a lot more info than she leads on with.
Pierre is one of those very survivors. He's been hiding away in the Fontaine Research Institute all these years. His true identity unbeknownst to all. Until now, that is.
Ah.
Well, my fellow guards have told me all about how smart and courageous you both are. And I know you possess a strong sense of justice.
We do. That's true.
There could be a chance that Pierre, or one of his accomplices, might attempt to get close to Bonnie. Now that you've been briefed on the situation, I was hoping you'd help us keep a lookout. If I take Bonnie back to the guards with me, there's no way Pierre will try and come for her. Not even the most daring of criminals would attempt something like that.
I don't know. So we should keep Bonnie for
I
the...
have to admit, I'm not holding out too much hope that Pierre will come back for her. But if there's even the slightest chance, then it's worth a shot.
He might just... Because maybe the cat has more connection with us than we think she does.
Well, I've got some other leads to follow up on. If Pierre does appear, please contact me right away.
Gotcha.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this out of the way so that I can just do polls on the banner.
It's just... the head of the Lefebvre family. He was the eminent person who kidnapped me all those years ago.
Oh. That's some news we didn't know about.
It was at a dinner party. Someone tricked me into boarding the Lefebvre family carriage. Whoever it was, they took me back to their home. But before anything worse could happen, Father intervened. Yep. Father was the one who orchestrated the fall of the Lefebvre family. That's what led Lenny and I to join the House of the Hearth.
Ah.
After all these years, I never thought I'd hear the Lefebvre name again. Don't worry about me. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I was just thinking about Lenny.
Why?
He's been acting strange recently. He avoids me for days on end, consumes himself with some secret investigation, and then out of the blue pushes me to do that acting job.
That's suspicious.
Thinking about it now, it's almost like the one I drew from that deck of cards was part of his plan all along. He must have asked Fremine to help him out. In any case, I know he's hiding something from me. He's really pulled out all the stops it's very possible. I'm sure he tried to send me away because he was afraid it would bring up some painful memories for me. It wasn't necessary, though. Even after all these years, he's still as overprotective as ever.
He's your brother. Of course he's overprotective of you.
You'll have to help me teach him a lesson if we run into him along the way. Yep. I want to head to the Fontaine Research Institute to learn more information about Pierre. Just let me activate search. A little bit of both, perhaps. For the most part, though,
She
I
is.
just have the
She
sense
totally
that something's
is.
not right. Something isn't adding up about Pierre's story. Okay, I'll write a letter explaining everything to the crew. Once that's done, we can head out.
All right. So, oh, well, daily commissions are complete. Nice, awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and head to the Fontaine Research Institute. That's done. I'm not sure which Battle Pass weapon I'm going to pull for. Chiori is for real idea, but good with defense. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for
Get that out of the way. Oh. We're also gonna go ahead and get this out of the way now. What? Why? Why? Don't know why I was saying that, but okay. I'm trying to remember what it was I need. What was it? Plants, right? I think. I don't really need those. Those can go in. No. We'll, Wolf Hook, don't really need those anymore. Jeez, I have a lot of sweet flowers. All right.
My apologies. Embrace the ice.
Clouds high. The birds
Do you have any C6 characters? No. I normally pull characters just when I want to get them. If it's like a banner that doesn't have... If it's a banner that doesn't have like a character I want to pull, or I already have, and it's like they also have a weapon on there that I'm not really wanting to get,
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
I normally just... Most of the time I go for the character again, because if it's a weapon I already have, like, let's say for instance...
Can we play banker next time?
I don't know.
This scenery is wonderful.
Exactly.
Surely
Sino
enough to convince
and
anyone to become a
Raiden
wanderer.
are running back to back, okay? And I have Raiden already, but I don't have Sino that I'll probably try to pull for Sino. But if I have both characters already that are on the banner, I'll try to pull for a constellation. Most of the time I lose constellations, but... Nice. That's actually pretty good. Very happy about that. All right. Yeah, I need to do some work on her. All right, but we need to go to the Fontaine Research Institute. How far until we complete this hangout event? Because it's gotta be long. If we're not even like through the first one, it's gotta be long. I should 6 waiting. Lynette, the situation seems to have changed. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna take a bit. I only have Lost Prayer as my 5-star weapon, so I think I'll go to pull a random weapon since I have 56 wishers. Yeah, so I have... In terms of ones that I pulled off the banner, it's either been... Most of the time for a character event, it's been either I win my 50-50 or lose. My last 50-50 that I won, and I was not guaranteed him, was Shao. And I'm so glad that I pulled him because I have like almost perfect artifacts for him. And then in terms of off the standard, I pulled Skyward Spine. That was my first ever 5-star pulled off the standard. Yes. In a sense, I'm still trying to rebuild mine because I'm trying to fix my build on him a little bit. And then I've also pulled, in terms of weapons, I pulled Skyward Spine off the standard. And then I pulled 2 Lost Prayer to Sacred Winds. I just did Refinement Rank 2 on the one that I already had at level 60. And in terms of characters that I pulled off the standard for 5 stars, Mona, Jean, who else? Mona, Jean.
Can we play banker next time?
I believe that's it, because I lost
There are leaves
my
around.
50-50
I
on
know
Hu Tao's
just
banner
the
to
tune to
D-Loop,
accompany them,
which
if you
really
wish to hear
sucked,
it.
but I suddenly got Shao before his banner ended. Now I don't know if I will get to win a 50-50. If you won your 50-50 with Xiao, I believe you have... Really, when it comes down to it, a lot of luck pulling. Almost all of my 5 stars I have either earned using Primo Gems or I have earned using Intertwined Fates. I haven't bought any characters in terms of pulling on like character event. It's almost always the only thing that I have bought in Genshin is Battle Pass. Battle Pass and Blessing of the Welcome Moon. Those are the only things I bought. In terms of pulling for characters, it's all been Intertwined Fate or Primo Gems I've accumulated through events, story quests, Archon quests, all that. I have not spent a single dime on pulling characters. And you'll notice when you do that, it's easy to sometimes get the characters that you want, but it's also sometimes hard because of the fact that being a free-to-play, it's not as easy to get certain weapons that you might want. Like, let's say you lose your 50-50, you may not have enough Primo Gems or Intertwined Fate to try to do another pull to get, because if you get a weapon on the weapon banner and you hit that 80 pity, it just resets, so you have to then build that back up again, and you're not always guaranteed that weapon, which unless you have the 2 fate points, then you're guaranteed the weapon. But if you don't, that's where it kind of gets a little bit complicated, because people who are free to play might have what they need in terms of Primo Gems and Intertwined Fate, but they may not always be guaranteed the character that they want. So I always think it's best to try to lose your 50-50 on a previous banner so that on the upcoming banner for a character that you really want, you're automatically guaranteed that character, which is super nice, because then you can actually get a character that you want. And my biggest thing whenever I play Genshin is I play the characters that I want to, not the ones that people say are the best. I play the ones that work best for me. If somebody else has ones that work good for them, that's awesome. But I play characters because I enjoy them, not because I want to play the ones that are most popular. That's why Chronicle Wish is so good when it comes to weapons. Yeah, I really want... I think once I get Eula, I'm probably going to... I don't know. Oh! You know what would probably be on the... You know what probably is going to be on the Leeway Chronicled Wish when it comes out? Summit Shaper. It's not Eula's weapon, but that's a pretty good substitute in terms of Claymore. I might honestly put that on Gaming. By the way, I want to ask the chat, what do you think of Gaming so far? I used him, or I should say for people that have Gaming, what do you think of him so far? Because I have him at a pretty low level, but I've kind of switched out some of his things, but I have him with Serpent Spine at level 90. And then he doesn't have all his artifacts on, but I have like Linny's artifacts that I switched through. He really is a good character. I am more than... yes, the Shield series is going to be in the Leeway Chronicled. Wish for sure. Ooh. Gaming is a really good DPS for a 4-star. Yeah, he really is. I almost find it kind of interesting because I started using Razor as my Claymore user for physical DPS. I've almost moved everything that I had on Razor over to Gaming, especially the weapon. I got Xianyun for Gaming, and yes, it's really good. Gaming is awesome, especially with Xianyun. I made him. He's pretty strong. He did 16k at level 60. Dude, that's a strong Gaming right there. That's awesome. And I think the other question I have for chat is, what did everyone think of Lantern Rite this year? Because part of it, when I first saw like the cutscene part, it almost made me cry because of how well done it was. I personally think every year they keep getting better and better. But what's chat's opinion about Lantern Rite this year? There we go. And also, what upcoming characters are you most excited for? I'm trying to figure out... Yeah, so... Let's switch that out. Actually recently changed my build on Toma. Just because of the fact that how I had him before was okay. I like the story, although the mini games... I am saving for Nervulette because I didn't get him in 4.1. Yeah, I was gonna go for Nervulette. DPS Kazuha for sure. Yeah. I like the story, although the minigames is a bit lacking. I would agree with that. The only one I really seemed to have fun with was the... I can't think of the name of it, but the Wushu dancing one with the bumper cars element to it. DPS Kazuha for sure. Oh, yeah. In terms of the way you guys build your Kazuha, do you build him as EM, or do you focus more on the crit rate and crit damage? Because mine is 100% an EM build, and he does a decent amount of damage. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I forgot I had that on him. So we gotta get that up in level. And then once I do, Lenny will be looking pretty good. I'm excited for Arlecchino, although don't have Primo Gemsipul, so I'm probably... So I'm going to what? I'm excited for Arlecchino, though don't have Primo Gemsipul, so I am going for probably Emily. EM for sure. Yeah. Yep. What, JK Fontes? What do you mean when you say Emily? Is that a character that's upcoming? Because I don't know of that person. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Emily. Genshin. Whoa, wait, what? Oh. What are your stats on Lenny? Okay, so don't laugh, but I don't have him fully built yet. I'm still trying to get some scrap artifacts to get this up in level. But in terms of the way that I have him, I think that's pretty good. I have 49 over 148 in terms of crit rate and crit damage, 127 energy recharge, 46.6% pyro DMG bonus. I have his weapon, which I was not guaranteed, but I still pulled it. And he is currently sitting at 7, 6, and 6. I think I might do the APEP fight just because then I could get this up to 7 as well. Yes, that's good if you're in progress. I can't laugh. My builds are really trash. I'm sure they're not that bad. There's a certain character that I have that just... I'm still working on her, but she... I don't know how I did this. So, somebody want to explain to me how this sort of makes any sense? Because it doesn't. I have level 80. I still gotta get this up. I gotta get her past her last ascension. But I have Staff of Scarlet Sands on Raiden. I have full 5-piece set of Emblem of Severed Fate. I think in terms of what I have for artifacts, it's pretty good. Crit rate, crit damage. Although, unfortunately, most of it rolled into the HP, so I'm a little bit annoyed about that. 240 crit damage and 48 crit rate. I can only do 12k. I don't know how. So many crit rate. Wow, pretty good. Yeah. And then crit rate, crit damage. This is pretty good. Crit rate, crit damage. Crit damage, elemental mastery, attack. I think I'm clicking on the same artifacts. Crit rate, crit damage. Crit rate, crit damage. Crit damage. Crit rate, crit damage. And crit rate. This is the only one that I think I need to fix just because of the fact that the stats aren't the greatest. I think if I was to get one that's circlet crit rate and then crit damage as a substat, attack percent, energy recharge, or elemental mastery, that would be perfect for her. And then we have a pretty good build on my Kokomi because I use her a lot for healing. I currently have Hakushin Ring on her, but sometimes I also switch out to Prototype Amber for the extra healing. I pulled for Raiden only for Bennett. He caused me to buy a Welcome because I kept getting SARS no Chevrolet says, oh no. Yeah, we're in the same boat here, buddy, because I kept getting Kudro Sara and I can't remember who else was on the banner, but no Chevrolet. For some weird reason, the banner hates me in terms of 4 stars. It will give me the exact opposite 4-star that I want when they're because there's 3 on every character banner. It'll give me the exact opposite one that I want. So it's like, oh, new 4-star, that's awesome. It's like, all right, time to pull Chevreuse. No, you get Kujo Sara. It's like, Genshin, you're really testing my patience here. So instead of, you know, getting any Chevreuse, I now have a... where is she? I now have a C6 Kujo Sara, which does me no good because I don't use her at all. I got Eula, but I don't know what to do about her. I have 25% defense artifacts on crit damage artifacts. What weapon is that? What do you mean? Not even a 5-star. The Kujo Sara. Yeah. Yep. Not even a 5-star. Which character are you talking about? Because if you're talking about Kokomi, I tried hard to pull Everlasting Moonglow, and it just did not happen. Yeah, I tried so hard to pull Everlasting Moonglow. I don't really get very lucky with 5-star weapons. I get more lucky with 5-star characters. But that being said, I tried pulling for I can't remember what banner it was. I think it was Kokomi had a weapon. How did you get that? Oh, are you talking about Sworn Eye? That was a limited event weapon, and I did not get that because I was not playing at that time. I wanted this weapon, but got lost prayers. Hakushin Ring. Hakushin Ring is a craftable weapon. It's available right in Azuma's blacksmith shop. I just had it because I was pretty early game and I didn't have a proper weapon for her. I kind of switch between Prototype Amber and Hakushin Ring. Most of the time I do Hakushin Ring if I'm going into a domain because of the fact that it has the energy recharge, which helps a lot. My Kokomi's health, let's just ignore that. You know what? Actually, let's if we're going to talk about health, let's go to the absolute extreme. Because you guys are not ready. Oh no, that means wanted the wrong weapon. Yeah. You guys are not ready for my Nilou build. What are we thinking, chat? You want to see how I built Nilou? Because she is broken. Hakushin Ring is craftable. 20 wishes down the drain. Oh no. That's not good. You got anything good from it, though? Kokomi might be better with Prototype Amber. Yeah, she is. Actually. Kinda. I do mostly use Nilou on my Bloombot team. But, alright. Chat, you ready to see how freaking much health she has? What is your favorite reaction? Permafreeze. Yeah, I think that's what it would be. Permafreeze? Yeah. But, Hyper Bloom is also really good. I normally switch. I normally do Raiden, Kole, Kokomi, and Nilou, I believe, on my Hyper Bloom team, and it works pretty well. Alright. Without further ado, this is my Nilou build. She, don't ask why she has so much help. But, yeah. I really like Vaporize and Freeze. I don't know, I saw support Kokomi sometimes. I tried to build my Kokomi as a crit cope, but I didn't really like how she was built because she didn't really work that well with some of my other characters. So yeah, 53k guys. That yeah, her attack is quite low, but as most people know, Nilou is a character that scales off of HP. So I figured if I, send her HP into the absolute extreme, yeah. 27 over 154, 126. C0 because, God, it was so hard to get her. This is what I'm most proud of right here. I have complete 5-piece set of Nymph Stream on her. And the reason I do is because the 2-piece set gives Hydro DMG bonus. And then the other one, the 4-piece, is after normal charged and plunging attacks and elemental skills and elemental bursts hit opponents. 1 stack of Mirrored Nymph will be triggered lasting 8 seconds. Hydro DMG bonus will be increased by 4%, 9%, 15% Mirrored Nymph stacks created by normal charge plunging attacks. Elemental skills and elemental bursts exist independently. She is sing at 666 because I don't feel like fighting the Guardian of Eternity. I will probably get her up eventually. And yes, I do have her weapon. I am so proud of the fact that I pulled this weapon. It was one of those that I was not guaranteed, but I still got it, and I was so happy about it. However, if I remember correctly, I think it was second rerun that she had, I pulled her weapon. Let me actually check that, because I can check through Paimon.mo. Do I even have Paimon.mo open right now? Probably not. Hold on. Yeah, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was her second rerun where I ended up pulling refresh. Character event, weapon event. Here we go. Oh, it doesn't tell me. Oh, man, that's annoying. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay. So it doesn't tell me when I pulled Nilou's weapon, but yes, and if you have 4-piece Nymph Stream, then you can get 15 plus Hydro DMG bonus, but if you equipped a Hydro DMG goblet with a 4-piece Nymphs, it'll be a lot of Hydro DMG bonus. I'm going to plan to get Nervula and then his weapon, but I only have 56 wishes. Good luck. Sometimes you get early pity, and that's so much. That's so nice. I prepared Alhaitham's weapon for Kazuha. Really? That's interesting. Alhaitham's weapon is what? What is Alhaitham's weapon? I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of weapons. Light of Foliar, I believe. What's the secondary stat for Alhatham's weapon? I'm very curious about that. Because if it's elemental mastery, that's pretty good. Yeah, Light of Foliar Incision, which is a fantastic looking weapon on Alhatham. One of my favorite things Alhatham does is he kicks his sword into the freaking ground, also known as lo-fi. That's true. I didn't think about that. Let's see here. I would love to get Luxurious Sea Lord. Like, if they did a limited event weapon banner, that would be so nice. Because then I would be able to get weapons that I didn't have before. Light of Foliar Incision. So your Kazuha is for crit, not for elemental mastery then. Huh. What do you have in terms of artifacts? Like, what is your set for him? I'm gonna guess Viridescent just because that's sort of the normal for Kazuha's build. I don't know. I only have Alhatham's weapon for crit damage, but I didn't read the other stuff. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, good luck to you. I hope you end up pulling.
Exactly. But none of them believed me.
You say you were going to pull Alhatham's weapon, or did you say you were going to pull Kazuha? I believe you said Alhatham's weapon, so I'm going to say good luck to pulling the weapon. Sending my fate points your way. Alright, let's stop stalling and let's actually go to the Fontaine Research Institute. Get this out of the way. I prepared everything for the characters I pulled, but I didn't prepare for Navi and Goddard. Oh. Well, I originally was going to prepare for, hello, Chevrus, and hello, Lenny. I was originally going to prepare for Arlecchino, but I believe when Arlecchino comes out, they're going to have a new area, so it's going to be hard to prepare for her.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my
All right,
home.
let's go.
Lynette, you're, not at rehearsal?
You can drop the act, brother. In fact, I don't think either of us will have a need for acting anytime soon. You should know better than to try and keep something from me. You've never been able to do that, even when we were kids.
And that's why I tried to distract you with the masked mime show. But I guess you're just too good.
Care to introduce us to your new assistant?
Chevrus, why?
This is Officer Shovras, captain of the
Chevrus,
Special Security and
whatever her
Surveillance
name
Patrol.
is.
You may have
Has
met
a
her already.
Bonus. That's not bad. Wait, 145k damage. What are you feeding your Navia? Holy shit. Oh, 49k. My bad. But Wait, what were you fighting? Were you doing the Spiral Abyss? Shit. That's a lot.
Nice to see you. I should clarify something. Mr. Linney's here at my invitation, not the other way around.
Okay.
To borrow your expression, Miss Lynette, I suppose that would make him my assistant more than anything. We've brought on Mr. Linney as a consultant in the past. He was instrumental in helping us crack a case involving a perpetrator who used magic tricks to commit crimes. I was hoping he'd be able to provide some valuable insight this time around as well.
So you've heard everything then?
Yeah, Linney, you can drop the act. We already know. Whoa. That's impressive. That is actually really... That's good.
That's exactly why we're here. There's always been questions surrounding the fall of the Lefebvre family.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on
the
here.
House of the Hearth was involved. Whoever was behind it all was extremely cautious. They didn't leave a shred of evidence. This very fact, however, leads me to believe it was indeed the work of that Harbinger. I took a look at the entrance and exit records of all the carriages that night. Let's just say it wasn't hard to deduce that there's ill will between you two.
Fatui Harbinger?
Don't worry, I don't have any evidence to that effect, and I certainly don't plan on going to bat for such a despicable family. Plus, you were victims back then more than anything. I sought Mr. Linney's help with the smuggling case. Nothing more. The way I look at it, it's a collaboration between us as people, not the organizations we represent. Besides, by working together, we can expose the truth as quickly as possible. You can hardly say that's at odds with the justice my organization strives for. Not at all. I was planning to invite you from the very beginning, Miss Lynette. It's just that my assistant here raised some objections.
Oh.
Linny, I'm not the same person I was back then. That little girl who did nothing but cower in the corner in fear, she doesn't need saving anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why.
I'm sorry, Lynette. You're right. I let my concerns get the better of me.
Oh, and the next time you want to distract me, you should try a different approach.
Yeah, because she's not an actor. That's the thing. So what Linney chose to do was try to distract her with the whole acting gig. It's like, that's not what Lynette does.
Who's this? You pick up a stray while I was gone?
It's a bit complicated. I'll explain later. Anyway, her name's Bonnie.
Well, if there are no objections, then I suppose the only thing left to say is... Lynette, Traveler, welcome to the team.
Hell yeah. Alright. Chevros and Linney share with you.
It appears the Lefebvre family was very particular in their use of insignias and emblems.
Really?
The family would use different emblems to mark differences in status, blood relation, and the like. In fact, the insignia that was discovered on the pendant was used to represent an illegitimate child.
What?
It's highly likely. That very status might have
What
been what
is
allowed
it
him
with
to
some of
emerge
the
from the fall of
phrases
his
in this
family
game?
relatively unscathed. It would also explain why he was able to assume a new identity as a researcher with relative ease.
Ah.
We discovered something interesting, though. After talking to some of his co-workers, it appears he pretty much works at the Institute in name only. He's practically been cast out.
Really?
Apparently, Pierre was once addicted to synth. He tried to use the resources at the Institute to create a substance with a similar effect. He claimed it was just for research purposes, but the Institute revoked his access to the relevant materials regardless. He was placed on disciplinary leave, pending a thorough investigation of his actions.
Wow.
But
Dude
it
messed
seems the
up.
Institute ran into some trouble along the way. Could have been a lack of personnel or a timing issue. In any case, they had to table their formal investigation into Pierre. Unfortunately, that also included reporting any relevant information to the higher authorities.
Makes sense.
As for his family background, it appears none of his co-workers at the Institute were aware of that information.
I just recently
All they could tell us was that he was quite the recluse.
I just recently started to actually really enjoy using Lenny. I just realized something. I turned on the Bluetooth speaker.
Other than the pendant, we didn't find anything else of note at his residence in Poisson. Based on the samples of imitation synth we've been able to analyze, it appears the substance leaves behind strong traces wherever it's produced or stored.
Huh.
Those traces might not be obvious to the casual observer, but they're not something our guard poodles would miss. Pierre's home, though, came up completely clean.
Okay. I would say hold off. I just found out from another viewer that Chiori's going to be on standard, so I would say hold off and just hope that you pull her on there.
We didn't find any records indicating possible involvement in overseas transactions either. So, the Marechaussee Phantom didn't view him as a major suspect at first.
My chat is chaotic sometimes. But you make a good
Maybe he had
point.
a separate, dedicated area where he made the imitation synth.
That could be. That could absolutely be. I know there's secret areas hidden all around friggin'
Well,
Fontaine.
his neighbors did say he was often gone for long stretches of time. You would think with him out and about so much, people would have spotted him around Poisson, but residents said they barely ever saw him in town. If his reclusive nature was just a matter of keeping a low profile, I guess it would make sense for him to have a secret base to carry out his business.
Yep, makes sense.
After he disappeared, the guards conducted a thorough search of Poisson, but they didn't come across any suspicious locations.
Huh. So maybe his base is not in Poisson.
Poisson. You know Hotel de Boer, where I first found Bonnie? To get there from Poisson, you have to cross a stretch of ocean. It's not somewhere a cat could just wander off on its own.
A cat? You mean...
Bonnie is Pierre's cat.
Oh, that's right! When the Marechaussee Phantom first tracked him down, I remember there being something about a cat in their report. So this is her?
From what we've learned about Pierre's habits, he doesn't seem like the type to venture out without a purpose. So what you're saying,
Oh my
Lynette,
god.
is that...
Exactly. Bonnie might even know where it is.
Wait, you think the cat can lead us there? But she's not trained like one of our guard poodles. How is she supposed to understand what we want her to do?
I'm guaranteed, so I will get Kazuo. I'll pull it. That's smart, actually. Ammo handling. All right, chat. What number are we going with? 1 through 12? This is going to determine whether or not the cat does what we want. I'm noticing that FC sees that I'm online and is just like, all right, we're gonna call him. All right, we got 5 or 2, 2, 7. So it seems as though we have a tie between 5 or 2. So between 5 or 2, which one we doing? Or add them and have 7. Well, it's true. All right, so chat, we going 7? That 5? All right. I see 5. Any objections to choosing 5? Seven or 5. We gotta pick one, chat. Come on. We could just leave it up to fate. Do a random number generator, throw both numbers in. And have fate just decide. All right. Five. All right. So we're going 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Check failed, chat. Sorrow Bonnie rushes to hide behind Lynette.
Guess she's a little skittish around strangers.
All right.
Meow. Meow meow. Meow.
She's so cute, though.
Near the coast, the beach, and beneath the cliffs. The place we're looking for is most likely north of the Court of Fontaine.
Yeah.
Well, I've certainly never taken a witness statement like this before.
Yeah, Shebris is just like, I don't know how to react to this.
Well, if it works out, maybe it's something worth getting used to.
Cats and humans are actually pretty alike. When it comes to communication, most of what we want to convey can be accomplished through body language alone. But humans tend to rely too much on speech to ever take advantage of that fact. Of course, body language has its limitations. You're not going to be able to get across anything too complicated.
True.
The important thing is that we now have a lead.
Should I try,
Let's try and find a
talking to
place
my
that
cats
matches
and
the
meow,
clues
meow,
Bonnie
meow?
gave us.
I mean, go for it. If they speak back, that's some serious companionship right there. All right. So I believe where we are headed is this way.
Time to go.
And I think where we're going to want to go is underneath the bridge. The heck? Yeah, no, you can stay right away from me. I hate those things more than anything. I just want to check something real quick. Yeah. Oh, yeah. From the last time I played, I've 100%ed Fontaine. We're going to switch out to a different character. I'm going to switch to Lynette. It only feels right to be using Lynette. We're going to swim our way around. Wait, I missed... Whoa. I thought I got all those. Well, that's annoying. Give me your power. Aha! Nice. Alright. Now, I think I've gotten everything in Fontaine now. Alright. We should be getting a lot closer now. Come on. I know they move a little bit faster underwater, but they seem to move a little bit slow, which is a bit annoying. But we are out of the water, so hopefully she does move a little bit faster now. Damn, Lynette is freaking sprinting. Alright. We're here.
Seems like Bonnie is trying to take us somewhere.
K-Bat damage. Underwater damage. Yeah. Yep. It do be like that. Let's go. Follow the kitty. Run, kitty, run.
Gardenex ahead.
Ooh.
Look out. Billowing surge. Rest and rebuild. Shine down.
How dare you? Sir? Sir. Sir.
Torn to oblivion.
No.
Be amazed! Step on up! Surprise!
Enemy reinforcements. Of course there are.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves.
Ow! Not what I was hoping would happen.
Inazuma shines eternal! Allow me! Covenants of the deep! Cue the spotlight! Over here!
Wow. I thought getting C6 Ryan was easy. It needs like 600 to 500 wishes. Whoa. Well, I mean, Natlin is coming up in a couple of updates, so we'll probably get another rerun of the Archons, so that'll be nice. Haha, the synth warehouse.
Wow, Lynette, you found this place so easily. If I thought there was any chance you'd say yes, I'd recruit you into the Special Patrol here and now. No questions asked.
Sounds familiar. I pretty much receive letters daily from people trying to poach her from me.
Let's just focus on our search. There's a lot to investigate.
True. Very, very true. There's a bunch of synth here.
Aha! Just as we thought. This is where the imitation synth was being made. Looks like he's got more than just imitation synths stashed around here. In addition to the raw materials needed to synthesize the substance itself, there's a large quantity of cleaning agents and a few drugs I haven't been able to identify.
Why is Lynette a cat, but Lenny isn't? You know, that's a really good question. I don't think I have a official answer for that.
These cleaning agents are likely used to dispel traces of the substance, like its smell.
But it's still super strong, so you're not doing that, like, at all.
The Special Patrol did some digging into imitation synth. Our records indicate that it's very difficult for ordinary people to detect traces left behind by the stuff. I'm sure that was the case for Pierre as well.
Yeah. God, that quest brings me pain. Especially when I think of the friggin' 70 Aranara that I had to go find after the Varanara main quest was done. 70.
It must have taken a considerable amount of time
And with
skill
some
to
of
ensure
them,
all those traces get washed away.
with some of them, I couldn't even get them because I had to do the Iron Lock quest to even reach some of them, which was so annoying.
But what are these other drugs for?
That's a good question. Okay. Oh, Lynette's down there. Let's talk to Linny first.
The material these bags are made of, it's quite rare.
4-star quests are so long and they give 40 to 20 primos. Thank you, Miho. That's so generous. Yeah. There's a lot of things we've been asking for, and it's just... I still love how they're just like, all right, 10 intertwined fates for the anniversary. Thank you very much, MiHoYo. And you're also getting 3 intertwined fates. That's not even enough to do 2 temples, like, at all.
It's the very same, actually.
Genes, I guess.
Romaritime flower
maybe
fiber. But there's something special about the composition of these bags. I took a closer look, and it appears they're not only waterproof, but also corrosion and leak resistant.
Yeah.
Even the strings look specially designed to keep the bags closed nice and tight. I came across some bags made of the same material just now, but they were much smaller and thinner. From the look of them, they seemed far less durable as well.
Punnett Square?
Very similar, actually. Normally, it would be easy for a guard poodle to sniff out the imitation synth, but what could these big bags be for then? If the goal is to keep the imitation synth hidden and sealed away, these bags seem a bit too conspicuous.
Worth 30 primos, 3 precious chests, 30 primos. Wow. Yeah, that's not very much. Actually, hold on. I think... Give me a second. Let me... I don't think... No, not her. Lenny.
We'll be a traveling met.
I still love how far Lenny's arrows can travel. Hold on, I'm gonna wait to see if I just don't do anything, because I'm pretty sure that Lenny is not a cat. Yeah, he's not. I am very curious how they are related. Huh. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure.
When the Marechaussee Phantom searched Pierre's
they might
house,
hit Timmy's pigeons.
there was no sign of these barrels,
Yeah,
right?
Timmy doesn't like it when you mess with his pigeons.
You're right. That doesn't seem like his way of doing things. How did he get them here, then? Only the lower halves of the barrels appear to have been submerged in water.
Based on the various ingredients we've found, this appears to be where Pierre was cooking up his imitation synth.
Yep.
It looks like he used a special cleaning agent to get rid of any residual traces of the substance on his person before he left. That's how he was able to get past the guard poodles.
So then he transferred the imitation synth into small sealed bags and took it somewhere else for the drop-off.
No. I don't believe our suspect is the kind of person who'd go around carrying incriminating evidence with him. That would potentially create too many eyewitnesses.
So where is Pierre?
The cleaning agent and the sealed bags might get past the guard poodles. But if a member of the public or even a guard on patrol happened to see him during the drop-off, a quick search would reveal everything. That's still a very risky operation.
The barrels we found were wet around the base, but the top half was dry. As if they'd been standing upright in the water. If you put a barrel in the water, it will normally float on its side. Unless it's heavily loaded, in which case it'll sink.
Or they might not be blood related at all. They are, of course, from the orphanage. Okay. Yes, that is true. But there is backstory to the fact that before Linny and Lynette went to the House of the Hearth, that they were on the streets performing magic before Father ended up adopting them. So they are technically related, but we don't know necessarily if it was they're related in terms of different mother, different father, or if maybe it's just they grew up together and thought of each other like family. Or maybe Lynette is just a cat that had magic done on her and now she's a human. Maybe that's it. I don't know. There's got to be backstory to this. There's probably lore. I just don't have the time to sit down and try to figure it out.
Yes. With flotation rings around the body of the barrels, they'd stay upright in the water. And then he could afford to load them more fully.
True.
You think he used floating barrels? I suppose if he acted at night, when there are very few other boats around and visibility is low, it's a valid theory. We can't rule it out.
True.
But then wouldn't the barrels be carried off by the waves or the currents? How would the person doing the pickup know where to look?
Barrels that could float away, get lost at sea, sounds difficult to keep in one place, kind of like certain pets.
Traveler, can you come take a dip in the sea with me? I have a feeling that somewhere down there, we might find some rope. If a rope can be used to keep a pet from running away, then why not a barrel?
That's true. That's absolutely true. All right, now is the tough call. Do we use Linny or Lynette? We're going to use Lynette because it's her story. Pick up the crabs. Get back here. Make you into crabs, bro. There it is. Whoa, what are you? What are you things? Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a terrible idea. No.
This isn't the place.
Nope.
The wreckage of a small boat? This isn't the place.
Okay, good. They didn't murder me. It's in this area, but I don't see another arrow showing anything. I'm confused. Aha!
Got it. Time to go up and report.
No. Don't you be aiming at me. No. Don't you be frickin' aiming at me. Oh, shit. cute. Ow! Okay, that hit. Ow! Noticing that it's only him that attacks. There we go. He's almost dead. Aha! Alright, back up to the surface. Do. I feel so bad for Lynette. There we go.
As expected, we found a few pieces of rope and some anchoring stones underwater. If you attach them to a floating barrel, it would look like this.
Ah!
With this anchoring system, it would be possible to use floating barrels for the drop-off. You would just need to drop them in the water at the agreed-upon location. We also came across the wreckage of a small boat. It must have been left out on the water and capsized due to the force of the wind and waves.
Gotcha.
Its small size, however, would have made it perfect for staying undetected.
Let's talk this through. Based on the evidence we've collected, it seems like Pierre would row a small boat out to the agreed-upon transfer point.
Correct.
Drop off the barrels, leave, and then row back and retrieve them after the transfer was complete.
So... okay.
It could be that he was trying to avoid meeting up with his associate face-to-face. As one of the sole survivors of the Lefebvre family, maybe he was just used to that sort of elusive lifestyle.
He's not wrong.
It seems like Pierre deliberately chose the floating barrel method so that the goods could be dropped off and picked up at separate times. That way, the two parties wouldn't have to meet each other.
Well, if that's the case, they must not have a very close working relationship.
True.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. It's possible they were just trying to keep a low profile. Two boats sailing to the same location at once could be too conspicuous.
She's not wrong.
The most important thing is that we can now confirm Pierre wasn't acting alone. The floating barrel drop-off system is proof enough of that. Let's say for now that he was only in charge of producing the imitation synth. That would mean there has to be at least one other person involved in the operation. Likely in charge of transporting the goods across the border.
I'm just trying to think of who maybe that we've run into might be also
Since we've
connected.
determined that the goods were transported by boat, maybe we can track down some travel logs or something.
We can certainly check the various ports for that information. It's possible, however, that Pierre's associate also used a small boat for the transport, and docked along the shore rather than at a large port. If that's the case, it's unlikely there would be any record left behind.
That's true. That's true.
Absolutely. Before Pierre disappeared, we made sure to investigate all sorts of outward-bound vessels. We also had port authorities keep a lookout for anything suspicious. Unfortunately, we were never able to find out how they managed to get the imitation synth across the border. You're right. Whatever vessel was used for the pickup, the person responsible for smuggling the substance out of Fontaine would have had to use a larger vessel for the actual transport.
True.
That's the only way they would be able to smuggle on a large enough scale to make a profit. They must have found a way to disguise the imitation synth to clear port inspections. Exactly. We can't let any opportunities slip through the cracks. Although, given the amount of ports that could be involved, we should probably split up.
I'll run home and ask some of my brothers and sisters to try and dig up some information.
I should also head back and update my platoon on our progress. I'll grab some reinforcements while I'm at it. Lynette, Traveler, why don't you head to Lumideus Harbor and see what you can find out?
Lumideus. I have never heard them say the actual harbor name.
All right. Come on, Bonnie. You too.
Aw, such a cute cat. Wow, this is long. I mean, freaking Lynette is almost dead. Are we close to finishing? That's my question. Harbored secrets. We gotta be close. There's gotta be like maybe a little bit left. But we have to be like super close. But right now, we are going to do a poll on the banner. We have enough of this saved up to do 6 here. But I don't want to do that because I want to get... I already have Sincho at level... Oh, wait. Wait, what would my Ningguang in terms of constellation be at? C3. Ooh. We could... We could do C3 Ningguang. Yeah, let's do it. Get that out of the way. There we go. I mean, it kind of took away from in terms of that, but C3 Ningguang, yeah. That's done. That brought her talent up to level 8. That's awesome. Alright, we're gonna do some polls though. We're not gonna do polls on Chiori. We're gonna go ahead and poll on this. The reason for that is because I don't really want Chiori. She's gonna be added to the standard anyway, so... Alright, let's see what we get. 4-star, come on. Alright, Black Tassel. Cool Steel. Please tell me that's not my 4-star. Cool Steel. Debate Club. Raven Bow. Raven Bow. Raven Bow. Cool Steel. Slingshot. Damn it. Okay. We don't have enough. How do I not have enough to do... Pull on that? That's kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. 8 there. Need 5 there. That's a bit annoying, but whatever. How, in terms of the chronicled, this are turquoise. So, what, okay, so that's a little bit annoying, but I take what I have and just turn those into primos. Yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and use the Stardust I have for these two. And that will reset in 18 days. And let's just do 2 pulls on this. Nothing. I figured as much. And nothing there. Yeah. I figured as much in terms of that. Blessing. This is lined up a little bit differently now. Okay. So... Great. Okay. Alright, so let's go to Lumido, or... whatever the frick it's called. Lumido Harbor. And get that out of the way.
Oh, Lynette, traveler. And Bonnie, too. What brings you all here?
Did something happen?
We're here to check the travel logs, because something looks fishy.
I see. Thank you for everything you're doing for the people of Fontaine. I'm in charge of guarding the port. You mentioned you were after some travel logs, right? I can go fetch those for you.
Looks like I've got another hard day of work ahead of me.
She seems suspicious.
No, not usually. It's this incident that happened recently. Before that, everything was normal. All we had to do was confiscate anything suspicious and we could call it a day. Pretty simple stuff. But things are much more complicated now. We somehow let suspicious cargo pass through the port undetected. Not even our guard poodles were able to sniff it out. Even worse, we still don't know how the perpetrator was able to conceal the goods so well.
By suspicious cargo, do you mean imitation synth?
Yep. However, prohibited substances are just one example. We confiscate all sorts of contraband during the course of our inspections. Or at least, we're supposed to.
So what happens to the goods you confiscate?
Oh, we keep them in a storage locker. If they turn out to be something particularly dubious, we'll turn them over to the Maison Orderly. If the goods are only slightly suspicious but could otherwise be harmless, like raw materials that could potentially be used to create contraband, we return them to the ship they were confiscated from, instead of letting them pass through the port.
Sorry for the wait. These are the travel logs for all the recent activity at the port.
Oh, you brought Gerard with you.
Actually, he followed me here himself. It's like he smells something on me. Huh. I wonder why Gerard is reacting to you two so strongly.
Could be because we just left the place where the imitation synth was made. Whatever guard smelled on you probably came from us.
We were so careful not to touch it, but we still ended up with traces on us. If it leaves a residue so easily, I just don't understand how the culprit was able to disguise the goods
Yeah,
at
that
all.
is strange.
Why don't you have a look at the travel logs first? All ships coming in and out of the port are recorded here, except for the ones the port authorities ride to and from work.
The Humane Society. Their name is all over the exit logs. The purpose for leaving is always listed as overseas adoption.
Ah, the director of the organization explained that actually. He said a lot of the cat and dog breeds unique to Fontaine are also very popular overseas. So, his organization offers an overseas adoption program.
Bernard, the director of the Humane Society, was the man who came looking for Bonnie earlier.
Yeah, that is strange. That's suspicious.
Have you figured it out too, Traveler? The way the criminal disguised the goods? When Bernard asked to take a closer look at Bonnie, he was actually checking whether there was any imitation synth in her stomach.
Wait, what?
The sealed bags we found at the secret base. They were specially made to be corrosion resistant. There were gaps around the lids of the barrels, and airbags were used to keep them upright in the water. Those drug shivers found at the secret base. She most likely didn't recognize them because they're not used on human beings. It's an anesthetic used on pets. The perpetrator must have given it to the animals. Pierre must have made the animals swallow the sealed bags full of imitation synth at his secret base. Then he stuffed them into floating barrels and left the rest to Bernard.
The sealed bags combined with an animal's body odor would certainly be enough to mask the scent of imitation synth.
During our inspections, we would have never thought to inspect the bellies of those animals for anything suspicious. Even if we tried to feel around for something, I'm sure it would be difficult to
That is messed up on so many levels.
Exactly. I bet Bernard even transported animals. She's probably in the clear. Otherwise, Bernard would have never left without her. I'm guessing he didn't know whether Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth before he fled. Just imagine. He sees the notice we put in the Steambird, and it turns out that one of the very cats he gave to Pierre for the smuggling operation is out in the open. If Pierre had already hidden the next batch of imitation synth, then Bonnie would practically be living proof of their crimes. He would have had no choice but to go after her.
So, that's why he came to find you and insisted on taking a closer look at the cat.
That's messed up.
Wait a second, I'm a little lost here. I get the part about hiding the substance in the pets, but those, what did you call them again? Floating barrels? Why even put the animals in there in the first place?
So that they don't die.
If you've got something as convenient as a floating barrel, why not just stuff it with the imitation synth directly? Why not wait to hide the stuff until after the exchange has been made?
In order to make sure the animals could swallow the sealed bags, they made them extremely thin. Had they not done that, the animals would have likely bitten or chewed through them. That step would have required a lot of energy, as well as a certain amount of technical expertise. So it was better left to the more experienced Pierre. We've already proven how easy it is to pick up trace amounts of imitation synth, so I'm sure Bernard was taking all the precautions he could to avoid the same fate.
Yep.
Okay. Then, let's head to the Humane Society right away.
We found the culprit. Alright. To the Humane Society, which... Jeez, that's really far away. Wee. I love doing that with Lynette. Go, Lynette, go! I love how the characters can do that. So it should be as simple as just... I assume anyway. Should be as simple as just getting on the... Come here. Stop running away from me. Stupid crabs. Should be getting a lot closer. I may have to travel a little bit in order to get over, but that's fine. Oh, it's gonna start to rain soon. No? Oh. Huh.
Over here! Be amazed! Surprise! Step on them!
Nice. Who are you? Okay. Oh, did I just trigger another quest? I might have. Okay. Don't know what that was about, but alright. Always so fun to do with the characters. We are getting a lot closer, though. I still can't believe that I have 100% of this entire area. It's crazy. God. I'm curious why it's showing there. Because that's not where... I love how they can do that. That's so fun. Oh, it's just over the hill. Okay. Nice. Awesome, awesome. And then what I'll probably end up doing is doing the rest off camera because this is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
The headquarters of the Humane Society should be somewhere around here.
Ah, you're the people from earlier. Wait, you're from the guards?
You
After
are
him.
under
We can't let him get away.
arrest, dude. You think you can outrun Lynette? Really? Gotcha.
Give it up, Bernard.
Mercy, have mercy. I'll talk. I'll tell you everything I know.
The Humane Society has done so much good over the years, and yet you have committed such an atrocious deed in its name.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up, dude.
Look, I didn't have a choice, okay? My father cared about those blasted animals so much, he didn't bother to take care of his human wife and son at all. While those animals were showered with love, I lived worse than a dog.
No one
Oh.
asked. Tell me, how did you first get to know Pierre?
Well, after I took over the Humane Society, it gradually became harder and harder to maintain its operations. Until one day, someone suddenly passed me a letter. It said that I could stand to get a large sum of money as long as I helped them to transport some animals abroad. It was only after a few such transports that I finally understood what I was really transporting. But then, Pierre wrote to me, saying that we were already partners in crime and that I better keep cooperating with him if I didn't want to be reported to the guards. I would order wooden barrels and flotation devices according to his instructions, and then load the sleeping animals onto a boat. Once I sailed to the location he provided, I would dump everything together into the sea. And a few days after that, I'd come by again in my boat and pick up the animals sleeping in the barrels. Once I had received enough of them, I'd bring them to the harbor to be adopted abroad. That guy, Pierre, he was running the entire show. He set up all the meeting times and
Yeah, so
found all
where
the
is he?
foreign adopters. Oh, and he even supplied all of the goods too. I just did the transport. He was the one who planned out and executed everything else. Look, I don't know, okay? I've never ever met him in person. We've only ever communicated through letters.
And when did he send his final letter to you?
Just last night, he said that the Marechaussee Phantom is now after him, so he's planning to go into hiding for some time. He didn't mention where he's thinking about going, though, but he did tell me to look out for the guards.
It's been a few days since Pierre's last appearance. I'd wager that he sent that letter after he found his hiding spot.
I burned them. It was on his orders. I had to burn every letter after reading them. I wasn't even allowed to share them with the rest of the society employees.
Sure sounds like you're trying to use the lack of witnesses or evidence to pin the blame on Pierre.
No, I swear, this time I'm only telling you the truth.
Lynette's just like, dude, I want to strangle
Well,
you.
we can check the truth of your statements at the Opera House. I hope you know what'll be coming for you if I were to find any discrepancy between the evidence and the testimony you just gave.
I know, I swear I was just telling the truth.
My thanks to you both. Had it not been for you, I really don't know what would have happened to this case.
Bonnie helped, too.
That's true. It was all thanks to her that Bernard was finally exposed.
Yep.
And it looks like she's grown quite fond of you two as well. Then I'll leave you be. Just let me know if you find any other new leads.
Uh-oh. Whoa. What's up, Lynette?
It was that obvious, huh? Well, even though it didn't feel like Bernard was lying, after talking to him, I'm getting an even stronger sense that something's not quite right. We investigated so quickly that perhaps we've missed a thing or two along the way. Let me activate deduction mode and consider things again from the top to see if we can find anything new. Is there still anything unresolved or strange that we should try to consider? The Marechaussee Phantom found Bonnie and the Lefevre pendant at Pierre's residence. That was the beginning point of our investigation.
Yep. That's true. Bonnie. Pet handoff. Aha.
There's no need to rush. Let's see if we can... Bernard claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre. In the letter, Pierre stated that he had gone into hiding. Is there something wrong with the letter? There's no need to rush. Well, we've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the trafficking. There's no need to rush. Perhaps we are...
Now behave, and follow me to the interrogation room.
That hurt.
1 through 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Oh, shit.
Is everything really over?
No.
I still feel like the relationship between Pierre and Bernard is not as simple as it appears. Also, I've had this strange sense that something's off the entire time we've been on the case. And it has only gotten worse.
Huh.
Ugh. No good. I've still got nothing, and I'm nearly out of energy. Alright, I'll stop thinking about it for now. Let's go to the Humane Society, and before my energy for today completely runs out.
Yeah. Okay, the truth remains submerged in the dark undercurrents, yet hope already lies beyond the cage. We're gonna save that folder. So we have one ending. Let's interrogate Bernard again.
It was that obvious. We investigated so... Is there still any... The Marechaussee Phantom...
Associate.
Why would he leave such an obvious trail for us to follow?
Makes
When he took
sense.
so much care to not leave any traces of imitation synth in his home.
Yeah.
Bernard claims to have received a letter last night from Pierre. In the letter, Pierre stated that he had gone into hiding. Is there something wrong with the letter?
Could be. There's delivery method. Lost cat Bonnie. That. The letter's purpose. What's suspicious about the letter Bernard received? Fuck.
There's no need to rush. Well, we've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the traffic.
Communication. Handoff. No. Any past member that would probably have a number of connections outside of Fontaine. That's true. Connections.
There's no need to rush. Let's see if we can find...
Okay, so we gotta go through that again. We almost have it. I know we do. It's just that something's not quite adding up. So we gotta go through this one again. Because we got the first one.
It was that we investigated... Is there still any... The Marechaussee Phantom...
The first part. Bonnie. The end of the pet handoff. That's no good. This associates with that.
Why would he leave such an...
Okay, so we got that one.
Bernard claims to have received a letter last night.
It's not that one. I believe... Maybe it's the letter's purpose.
If Bonnie had imitation synth in her body, then she was a liability that had to be recovered at all costs. But if she wasn't carrying anything, then it would have made sense to tell Bernard not to worry. And thinking about it, Bernard only attracted our attention in the first place because he came to look for Bonnie.
Correct.
Could it be that the person who wrote the letter also knew nothing about Bonnie's whereabouts? Or they had a separate goal entirely?
Okay.
Well, we've discovered that Bernard is responsible for the trafficking.
This is the
while
final
Pierre
one,
deals
and
with
I can't
supplying
mess
the
it up.
goods. Is there something else in this scheme that we're missing?
Ledger. No. Ingredients. Probably not. Connections. No. Communication. That disappears. Handoff. That disappears. I think it's the ledger, but I don't want to go with it if I'm wrong. We're gonna go with it. Ah, shoot.
There's no need to rush.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay, so...
Now behave, and follow me to the interrogation room.
Ow! That hurt. Ow!
Yeah!
Is there something else you need from me, traveler?
Huh?
I see. It all makes sense now.
Hey, what are you talking about? Look, even our confessed criminal...
Because he has been kept in the dark all along. And I assume it's the same with Pierre.
Bernard thought he was communicating with Pierre, and Pierre thought he was taking orders from Bernard. But for all this time, neither of them knew.
That never quite added up for me. Why did Pierre feel compelled to return to his home with Bonnie and Dependent and make them so easy to find for the Marechaussee Phantom?
Any animals Pierre received from the floating barrels should have been taken directly to his base, and considering his precarious situation, the pendant should have been the last thing Pierre would leave lying around. That's true!
Both of these things are in stark contrast to his usual meticulous and vigilant behavior. There's only one reasonable explanation. He was following orders, just like Bernard. He probably received the following instructions right before the Phantom came knocking on his door. Bring the cat and the pendant, and our undercover agent will be sure to help you. Unbeknownst to him, however, the third person who wrote that letter to him had long decided to sacrifice him and Bernard to save themselves.
They instructed the two men to communicate through letters and barrels specifically so that they'd never get to meet each other.
You can't be serious. There was a third person involved?
If you focus only on Bernard's testimony, it's easy to believe that only Bernard and Pierre were working together.
Yep.
The case appeared extremely simple.
There's always a
Bernard
third
did the
person.
trafficking, Pierre the imitation synth production, drugging, and stuffing.
With everything accounted for, the third person would then be cleared of all suspicion.
Wait. But that doesn't make any sense. If that's the actual truth, then as soon as Pierre is caught, he'll explain his side of the story and the third person will...
Yep, which is why the third person made sure that Pierre would never be found again. Once they had instructed Pierre to expose himself, the third person wrote to Pierre again, suggesting that everything had been taken care of, and he should take Bonnie and safely return to his base. Of course, Pierre's disappearance at such a sensitive time immediately made him a prime suspect.
Yep.
Knowing that Bonnie had last been seen with him, all the third person would have to do from that point on would be to lead the Phantom to investigate the Humane Society and get Bernard to confess the truth.
Wait, so you're saying that the letter I received yesterday, the one that made me think Pierre was still alive, it was also sent by the third person?
Is that what happened? I'll get back to headquarters right away and reinvestigate this case from the top.
Chevra said that assumptions can be detrimental to solving a case. Someone among us, however, has been feeding us all kinds of preconceived notions ever since our first meeting. They suggested that Pierre's disappearance was an attempt to escape the judgment of the law, and that Pierre was a scion of the Lefebvre family.
Elodie is the one that is...
But if the disappearance is truly just a cover-up for a murder, then couldn't the true scion have been an illegitimate daughter, rather than an illegitimate son?
Huh?
Haven't you taken this joke a bit too far? You're right. I did let a lot of assumptions get to my head when I first started to talk to you about the case. I'll make sure to correct my behavior.
You deliberately fed us lies, but even you could not control every last detail of your plan. There was a flaw in your scheme, and something didn't quite go as planned. Getting the Marechaussee Phantom to notice Pierre was only the first part of your plan. Had they failed to take notice of the Humane Society, they could have cast a wider net, and you couldn't predict what they might possibly find, if given enough time. This, of course, was the main weakness of your plan.
Damn.
As someone accustomed to acting from behind the scenes, you didn't want to take the risk of personally proposing a raid on the Humane Society. So, you thought about pulling a few more strings, so all of the suspicion would point towards Bernard and his society.
That is some tricky, like, throwing the blame off of yourself. Wow.
Once the Phantom expanded their search, it would only be a matter of time before they found Pierre's base. If a cat last seen with the suspect turned up dead at the imitation synth base, it wouldn't be long until the Phantom would figure out exactly how she had been mistreated and turn their eyes towards the one organization that has been sending boatloads of animals out of Fontaine.
Whoa. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty compelling evidence.
It was probably during your ambush of Pierre. You didn't even have the time to check if she had already been stuffed full of imitation synth.
Damn.
Still, you soon found another opportunity. Before long, Bonnie had made her way back into the city, and even popped up on the Steambird. Like Bernard, you desperately wanted to confirm the contents of her stomach, so you hurried to find us. Unlike Bernard, however, you were hoping that Pierre did have the time to make her swallow a load of imitation synth. While investigating the suspect's cat, we unexpectedly discovered that the suspect has been smuggling imitation synth using living animals as intermediaries.
Wow.
That was your plan, in any case. With that, you'd have been able to lead the investigation towards the Humane Society. Bonnie had managed to escape before Pierre was able to stuff her full of imitation synth. That part of your plan could no longer be carried out. But as shrewd as you were, you came up with another plan right away. You manipulated the Traveler and I to help you identify Bernard as a key suspect. You used the Lefebvre name as bait to get us to join your investigation. With 2 extra bodies around, the Special Patrol is sure to soon take note of the strange event of Bernard somehow having a reason to look for Pierre's cat.
That's true.
So, what you're saying is, I went to all that trouble just for the chance that you might put forth the suggestion that would lead you down the wrong path.
Of course, you did far more than that. Just now at Lumidu's Harbor, were you not the person who highlighted the suspicious activities of the Society?
Ugh.
You even highlighted the Society's activities during your compilation of the logs.
She has
so
you
they'd be
under
immediately
fucking
visible
lock
to anyone
and
examining the
key.
records.
LOD, you cannot get out of this. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. My mic decided to just randomly unplug.
Moreover, the logs contained no records of the Port Authority's activities. In other words, your activities.
Wow.
And what are you trying to suggest with that?
I am insinuating that you had plenty of opportunities to transfer the raw materials for imitation synth from the harbor to a boat, and then sail over to the meeting place full of floating barrels. And that's how neither the trafficker nor the manufacturer knew there was a third person who supplied the raw materials, and surreptitiously operated between them. Pierre manufactured imitation. Having received the green light from you as Pierre, Bernard then retrieved his animals and shipped them out of Fontaine once he had received enough for a full batch. This is the truth behind your smuggling ring.
I can't believe it. I never put 2 and 2 together.
You've sure got an extremely lively imagination.
So what do you think she's going to say next?
Ever thought about a career in writing crime novels, huh?
It appears that it's quite easy to predict what you'll think or say. Then if we apply that to this case, we can also think of a few places to look for incriminating evidence.
She is so smart.
You know very well that this case will not end until Pierre is found. So you will have him commit suicide out of fear and shame to end the investigation for good. That way, you can also pin the blame for the overseas smuggling activities, the theft of the harbor's confiscated raw materials, and even the Lefebvre name on him. But you still want it to appear as if he had sent that last letter to Bernard, so you have to make sure he cannot be found until after Bernard has confessed to the authorities. To do that, you either will hide his body until you've found an appropriate time to set up a fake suicide scene, or you'll dump it someplace where it'll be hard to determine the exact time of death. Submerged in water, for instance. The location would ideally allow you to keep the body hidden for some time while also letting you keep an eye on it. There are only so many options to hide a person's time of death, after all. As long as the Phantom investigates each of the possibilities in turn, they'll surely find Pierre's remains. Especially since, as the prime suspect who will now be taken into custody, you will no longer have the time to move him or set up a fake suicide scene to cover up the murder.
How absurd. And on what grounds will you order my arrest? Don't think for a second that your spouts of nonsense will amount to any kind of real argument. After all, I'm...
Elodie Lefebvre! As the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, I hereby declare you as a suspect in the case. If you have any objections, you may raise them later during interrogation.
Look at their stance. I love that. Not just for now. I love the stance that they have going on.
That's right. We received a message from Lumiduce Harbor that you were going to investigate the Humane Society. We didn't expect to run into you at such a critical moment.
While at the harbor, we noticed something else extremely interesting. Apparently, you often used all kinds of excuses to swap your shifts.
Ooh.
And if one were to match the times of your shifts to the activities of the Humane Society and those of certain foreign ships, they'd find them to be an exact match.
Yep.
That's just a coincidence.
Yes, I'm sure you have already thought of a dozen different ways to explain away the suspicious activities. But as far as evidence goes, that should be enough to warrant taking you into custody.
Don't worry. If it turns out that the guards are still unable to find any evidence after all this, Lynette and I will do everything in our power to clear your name.
Although judging by her reaction, I assume no follow-up from us will be needed.
The Lefebvres were infamous for using disguise and infiltration to achieve their goals. Who would have thought that they would have planted someone within the guards?
Judging from the timeline, they likely arranged for you to enter the guards before the fall of the clan. But they probably didn't expect you to turn it to your advantage and use your job to save yourself during the purge.
Not only that, but you actively participated in the interrogation, arrest, and judgment of the Lefebvres during their fall, thus clearing yourself of suspicion.
That's true.
You brutally and cruelly abandoned your allies as soon as they outlived their usefulness, just like a lizard cutting off its own tail in order to live. You've been doing this for years.
So you played me like a fool after all?
What?
What was that word you used? Ally? You think that someone as foolish as him is worthy to call himself my ally? They were worthless scum. All of them. Not just Bernard and Pierre, but those Lefebvres too. They always just saw me as a tool.
Damn.
I lost all my chances of a normal life just because I was born into their lot. Not only that, but because they wanted me to become an undercover agent, they stripped me of my name, too. I had to live in constant fear of them while they were alive. And even once they were gone, I had to continue to bury my heritage and my name. Always worrying that their enemies would come knocking at the door.
And they might.
Do you know anything about what I've been through over all these years? My life as the last Lefebvre?
I don't, and neither do I care.
Lynette just is like, nope.
Are you for real? Aren't you a Lefebvre victim too?
Elodie, you're the only one still living under the shadow of a name.
That's enough. Keep your hands where I can see them and do not resist arrest. If you have more to say, save it for the interrogation room.
What a joke. What a joke! Hey!
What is that?
Don't come any closer.
What's that?
Know what this is? I've secretly planted loads of explosives in the Humane Society. Just one step closer and whether they're cats, dogs, or just unlucky human employees, they'll all be blown up into smithereens. Surely you bunch of goody two-shoes won't let that happen, right?
Shit. Upshovers, intimidate, launch a sneak attack. Frick. That card, please, please, please. Yes! Yes! Yes!
What? Hey! Don't do anything stupid! Guards! Gardamex!
Yep. Get out of here, Elodie.
Phew. So I was right after all. It's easier to deal with the person causing the problem than the problem itself. This is it. Looks like it's just a toy.
Guess that's probably why she suddenly flipped and knocked out Bernard. He probably knew that there were no explosives at the society.
Yeah, why would there be?
Well, given that she never even showed her face to Bernard and Pierre, I had my doubts that she'd have gone to the society in person to plant explosives.
Thank you for your help, everyone. I'll take them back for thorough questioning and find someone better to take over the Humane Society. I might need a few statements from everybody. Would you...
If statements are all you need, can Linny provide them on my behalf? I still need to go back and explain some things to the crew. I also had an appointment with the Traveler before we got interrupted. Ah, so you do remember. Yes, I invited you to come over to our place. Once I'm done talking with the troupe, I'll make a nice cup of tea and bring Bonnie to wait for you outside of my door.
Aww. Trying to remember where they're located. Down. No, it's up there. It's up there. Climb up. Haha. Nice.
Black tea and a cute kitty. Truly the best combo for standby mode. Want some? Mm-hmm. I hope you'll like it. Not at all. Information is indeed very important.
Very true.
But if you were to try to collect every piece of information you come across, your efficiency would actually decrease. Plus, if you just think about it, what sounds more fun? Writing a statement or enjoying a tea party?
The tea
Great
party.
answer. That'd be my pick too. Had we not run into that case, we could have spent the entire day like this. But now, I'm running low on both time and energy. You're right. I can sense it. I'm recharging very quickly at the moment. Something about her rubbed me the wrong way since the very beginning. But to be more precise, it was Probably around the time when I saw Bonnie try to get away from her.
Ah.
Elodie tried to get close, but Bonnie deliberately dodged her. Maybe Bonnie had tried to evade her before at Pierre's base. Or perhaps Bonnie just instinctively knew that she wasn't a good person. Not everyone who likes cats is a good person. But if cats like you, you're probably alright.
She's got a point.
Humans tend to overthink things, but cats rely on their instincts, and they're pretty sharp. I mean, just look at Bonnie. She took a liking to you the moment you met.
Aww. Alright. Don't think I have enough. No, I don't. I did get an achievement, though. Get that out of the way. Checks. And cats. What's that?
Standby mode.
Mm.
I hope nobody did.
There we go. So we have 60, 60, and 60. In terms of 50, 40, and 30 there. Some of these should be pretty easy to finish now.
Disturbs me.
Where is Lynette? Up there. Wait. What? What? Oh. Oh, I know why she's up here. Because it's the, yeah. Because she's talking to Bonnie.
Huh. I didn't like that.
Alright, let's...
Clearly, there's some design flaws to iron out. Let's see. 4. Well, if you want to get the right answer... So, to put it another way... Thank you. Here, take the fatal... Also... Huh? What you're saying is that really okay?
Nice.
You make a good point. Okay, well... so, stick around here in standby mode? Yeah, that's it. Oh, good idea. Bonnie's definitely hungry. May as well. We could be here a while. When I was trying to... Alright then. Plan of action? Spend the whole day spacing out. I mean, in standby mode.
That's funny. Speedrun. Nice. Awesome. Okay, so that's now out of the way. Now there's only... What? 2 more endings that I need to get. But that's gonna have to go that way. Alright. For this live stream, anyway, I think I am pretty much done. It's only so long that I can play Genshin for in terms of when I'm live streaming. 3 to 4 hours is about my limit. So thank you all for watching. Make sure to check out any more live streams coming soon, as well as the video for this hangout event and also for any Genshin pulls that I do, as well as any other videos that are uploaded on the Trinexus channel. Check out my Instagram. That's where you'll get updates when I post new videos. But thank you all for hanging out with me.